Thousands dream of small aircraft ownership, freedom, joy. But what if it becomes a nightmare? Sky's a cage, plane a financial anchor? No sudden catastrophe. A slow, insidious shift. By 2026, converging pressures will leave many small plane owners with profound regret. Reports and forecasts reveal unexpected truths. 5 distinct interconnected reasons are at play. The most common, the one that blindsides owners, remains unspoken. This isn't isolated. The global general aviation sector is a vast ecosystem with hundreds of thousands of privately owned small aircraft. Many owners feel the squeeze, but the full impact is unrealized. You've heard whispers of rising costs or new regulations. But do you understand the storm? Let's delve into the 5 real reasons, from the obvious to the one that should worry every small plane owner watching this. Reason number 1, the unrelenting cost spiral. Most people assume that owning a plane is expensive, but the data points to an unprecedented escalation. Fuel prices, particularly for 100LL and Jet A, have been on a volatile upward trajectory, with significant surges reported in early 2026. This isn't just a minor fluctuation. Analysts are raising 2026 fuel expense expectations, reflecting higher oil prices and ongoing global uncertainties. For an owner flying even a modest number of hours, this translates directly into thousands of dollars of additional, unbudgeted expense. Beyond fuel, maintenance costs skyrocket. Scarce, expensive parts due to supply chain disruptions. Skilled mechanic shortages inflate rates. Aging fleets and increased regulations drive up insurance premiums. This cumulative financial burden becomes unsustainable, turning passion into a perpetual drain. Reason number 2, the regulatory gauntlet and forced obsolescence. The skies are becoming safer, but at a cost to owners. Regulatory bodies like the FAA are continuously updating airworthiness directives and implementing new rules. While these are designed to enhance safety, they often mandate expensive upgrades or modifications to existing aircraft. For example, a proposed AD in early 2026 highlighted potential structural issues requiring inspection and repair. Each new directive chips away at an owner's wallet. Rapid tech advancements and new mandates push older aircraft to obsolescence. FAA streamlines light sport aircraft regulations, but many legacy aircraft face non-compliance or prohibitive upgrades. Owners must invest heavily for compliance, or watch their asset depreciate, becoming undesirable and harder to operate. A timeless classic becomes an expensive, barely flying antique. Reason number 3, and this is one the general aviation industry doesn't like to talk about: the hangar crisis and infrastructure strain. Many small plane owners believe that once they own the aircraft, the biggest hurdle is cleared. They couldn't be more wrong. The demand for hangar space is outpacing supply at an alarming rate, a trend projected to continue well into 2026. And this isn't just an inconvenience, it's a critical bottleneck. Hangar fees spike, forcing owners to pay exorbitant rates, store aircraft outdoors, or face long waiting lists. Outdoor storage accelerates wear, increasing maintenance costs. General aviation infrastructure is strained. Smaller airports struggle with funding, leading to reduced services, fewer mechanics, and closures. This means longer travel times, logistical headaches, and diminishing convenience. The aircraft becomes a burden, not a tool for freedom. Reason number 4, the collapsing resale market. Just as with any major asset, the value of a small aircraft is subject to market forces. And by 2026, these forces are aligning to create a perfect storm for depreciation. The confluence of rising operational costs, increasing regulatory burdens, and infrastructure limitations is making small plane ownership less attractive to prospective buyers. Why would someone invest in an asset that is becoming progressively more expensive and complicated to own? A buyer's market forces sellers to drastically reduce prices. Recent purchasers will be underwater, owing more than the plane's worth. Investment recoupment dreams evaporate. It's not just money. It's the psychological blow of a significant investment becoming a depreciating liability, trapping them in an unaffordable cycle. The market corrects, but for current owners, it feels like collapse. And now, reason number 5. This is the one that surprised me most, and the one nobody in this space talks about: the silent psychological toll. Owning a small plane is often a deeply personal endeavor, a source of immense pride and identity. But when that dream turns sour, the emotional and mental burden can be devastating. The constant financial strain, the endless regulatory hoops, the frustration of finding adequate storage or maintenance, it all adds up. Owners constantly worry: bills, ADs, fuel hikes, joy replaced by anxiety, freedom overshadowed by feeling trapped. It's not just money, it's passion's erosion, a dream's slow death. Some owners, unable to articulate regret, stop flying, their aircraft idle, a monument to an abandoned dream. The plane was fine, weather manageable, but the owner couldn't continue. The psychological breaking point the aviation community rarely admits exists. So, there they are. 5 reasons small plane owners will regret 2026. The unrelenting cost spiral, regulatory gauntlet, hangar crisis, collapsing resale market, and silent psychological toll. 3 are preventable. I'll cover protection in the next video. Before you go, a question. If you were a small plane owner in late 2026, facing these pressures, would you sell at a significant loss or hold on, hoping for a turnaround? The answer is more complicated than most realize. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If this video made you think twice, share it with someone planning to buy a small plane. It might be the most important thing they watch before making a regrettable decision.